Have you ever considered acquiring more demolition firms to grow out your own demolition firm? So, with acquiring demolition firms, it is a sure way to be able to increase revenue, but it also has its risks. You got to make sure you're still at a good profitability. You need to make sure that you got your markets covered, and hopefully, it has a nice little kind of coupling effect to make sure that you guys win well. So, number one is market expansion. With market expansion, it is so key because you want to make sure that you can get areas, hopefully, that are local enough that you could either jump on a plane, take a car ride, that kind of thing, and go be boots on the ground. Make sure that it's a really good fit. You don't want to be going, if you don't have to, from the East Coast to the West Coast back to the East Coast, that kind of thing. It's nice to have it somewhat in your backyard, but also far enough that you're not going to compete with your own business. It doesn't make sense to buy something in certain cases if it's supposed to be market based when it is your exact market. Number two is diversification of services. Let's face it, some of these companies are better than yours in the demolition space when it comes to things like ancillary businesses such as recycling or scrap, being able to crush concrete, doing remediation, or being able to do some sort of abatement. We want to make sure that you guys could consider purchasing businesses that kind of touch on what you do, but maybe shake it up a little bit. Number three is access to talent and expertise. Sometimes you got to buy a business just because their team is so dang good. And what's cool about that is you may have tried to get that team and that talent before in the past, and they just loved where they were. That means they're doing a really special thing over there. Well, you don't always have to try to take people from a place. You can acquire that talent, and that's where this comes into play. Number four is economies of scale. Of course, the bigger your revenue gets, the bigger your footprint gets, you can definitely have some operational efficiencies, and with that can come savings. That can come the ability to buy things for less on a per unit basis because you'll be buying more of it at a wholesale price. And that allows you to negotiate better with suppliers, gives you a higher purchasing power, and then you can invest those savings, of course, into further growth initiatives. Number five is strategic synergies. So sometimes you look at a company and you go, man, these things are so great. We could really rock and roll together. And we are possibly already doing great things together. Well, guess what? You can sometimes buy that out and you could do even more great things with the control and the power that comes with owning that business. Number six, enhance brand and marketing positioning. So let's say another company in the demo space has more reviews than what you guys have, like by a lot. Even though you might be making more money, you've been in business for 3 generations and they are just coming together with their first generation of business. Sometimes it is hard to be able to do what they've done, from their website to their branding, to their recognition. And you know what? Honestly, if you're making more money, you can use that money to go make a purchase for a brand or for a market positioning. And sometimes that is very valuable because that will increase your credibility, your reputation, and your trustworthiness in that market.